Hello, Big Sports fans. I'm Marquise Jones here at the Big Sports Network, and we're bringing you another interview today here, located in Warrenton, North Carolina, Warren County High School, the Eagles. And today I have the head coach of the boys varsity basketball team, Mr. TJ McRae Jr. Coach, it's a pleasure to have you here today with us.
Glad to be here, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.
And I'm going to just start off the first question. We know how this year is gone, 2020. And I think the biggest question, and is really the most simple question, is how is Coach McRae doing right now?
I'm doing fine, man. I'm glad to be back in the gym with the guys. There were some decisions made here in the county to kind of hold things off to make sure that the kids are as safe as possible. We came back. This is, I think, going on our third or fourth week, but I'm just happy to be here back in the gym with the guys and getting them ready for this upcoming season. So I'm happy as can be.
Okay, Coach. We know that right now, at this moment, rosters are not officially set, but I just want to know if you can give us a little bit of an insight of, what you guys are working on right now. If you have a couple of names already, but you don't have to tell everything. But we do want to know a little bit of an insight on the team right now. What you guys are doing with, the measures that we all have to face right now. What are you guys doing right now to get yourself ready for next year?
So we graduated 6 seniors last year, and I'm anticipating 6 returners to come back. But as far as like how our practices and workouts are going this year, is actually we're combining. So 9th through 12th grade are all just working out at the same time. And some of the points of emphasis that I'm having right now is going through our new offensive schemes, highlighting some mistakes that we had last year, like how we turned the ball over, or just little mental lapses that they may have had. So just highlighting those in practice, and just pretty much using this opportunity to make them smarter basketball players, since we can't really compete right now, due to the rules. So again, just putting a heavy emphasis on the lapses that we had last year. But it's been fun, man. The guys, they bring me energy. I love what I'm doing. They give me life. So getting in the gym and teaching them the game of basketball has been a pleasure this year.
And for those that don't know, this is Coach McRae's second season here with the Eagles. Coming into last year, this team was 1-23 before you got here. They were 0-14 in the conference, and then you completely come in here and turn around. Last year record, you guys were 11-14.
Yes, sir.
You guys improved to 6-6 in the conference. Can you tell me a little bit about what your coaching style brought to this team, and what was it about this team that allowed you some early success with the Eagles?
So I mean, honestly, like I feel like my players attest to this. I'm a high energy guy. And when I say something, I mean it, and it comes from a place of care. So I think my first goal coming in here was just to get them to buy into what I was telling them. I feel like with the youth, if they trust in you, believe in you, they'll give you everything they got. So that was my point of emphasis from the start. So our practices, they got better. Every practice got better. Had to teach these guys, how to win. That was a huge proponent of our success, because I can only imagine going 1-22, 1-23 the previous year, and stepping into the role. So I knew that it was on the way to go was up. So I just wanted to make sure I was doing my due diligence and teaching them the game, and having film sessions, having an off-season workout program, things that they weren't doing in the years prior. So again, I just wanted to come in here and just make a quick change and let them know that I'm here to stay, and I won't tolerate anything less than the best. So, and they bought into that.
How are you going to overcome some of those challenges?
Oh, yes, challenges. Oh, yeah, so like I said, with only limited to 90 minutes, so that makes it tough. So I've started utilizing a practice plan to be more organized and make sure I'm covering everything I want to cover. We were having some challenges with just like our numbers last year were we had a little bit more guys coming out to the workouts, but they're not here in school, so they're relying on their parents, giving them rides or carpooling. So our numbers have been a little low, but again, we're trying to overcome that. I'm trying to promote the guys as much as possible with our Instagram page, our Facebook pages, so the kids can be like, hey, I want to play for them, or that looks cool, let me go out here and try out. So just trying to keep that interest high, because again, I plan on being here for a long time, and I plan on us having success for years to come. So yeah, that's how I plan on overcoming it, man. Just keep promoting these guys, pushing these guys, and just asking for the guys to come out and give me a chance and give this program a chance. So
okay, and so looking into next season, I know last season you guys, your average margin of loss was about 15 points. So going into next year, we're going to say, what are you guys going to focus on a little bit more? Is it going to be offense, trying to score a little bit more, or are you going to be more defensive minded and you're going to narrow the gap that way?
Man, that's a funny question, man, because I harped defense last year. That was my focus, because I feel like from an offensive standpoint, it takes a little bit more time to implement like an offense. Defense is something that I feel like you can teach a little bit early on and get the team. If they can't score on you, they can't beat us. So a lot of our wins were low-scoring wins, and we played some challenging teams in the conference that challenged us offensively. So that's why I'm putting a lot of emphasis on implementing an offense this year, and we're going to still apply some of our same defensive schemes. But in a lot of our games, we started off kind of slow. We couldn't score. We would get stopped, but we just couldn't get scores on offense. So pretty much emphasizing defense a little bit more, but it's going to be a lot of focus on offense while we're preparing for this upcoming season. So it's going to be a lot of different things with Warren County coming this year.
Okay. And while you're preparing and while you're getting your mind ready, first thing first, what is the motivation for you as the coach, and then what's the motivation? You touched on it a little bit earlier, but what is the motivation for you, and then what's the motivation for your team? What are you trying to drive home for them coming into next year?
I mean, what motivates me personally is just like I love competing. Like that's something I would preach to the guys. Like, man, you can play paper, I said shoot right now. When you beat me, I want to play again. So that's what keeps me going. And then honestly, what motivates me as well is the guys. Like seeing them getting better year after year or every day. Like that just keeps me going and wants me to. It drives me to be prepared to do my due diligence. Develop a good practice plan, so I can make sure they're prepared as possible going into this season and going into those games. And I feel like what motivates them is just, again, I give them all, Marquise. I genuinely do. So when I talk, they listen. When I ask for anything, they do it. And that's vice versa. When they talk, I listen to them as well. It's a two-way street. I don't talk down on anyone. I give them eye contact when I'm talking to them. I want them to give me eye contact when they're talking to me. So again, just that buy-in, and I genuinely feel like anyone can do what I'm doing, but it's just a matter of getting the buy-in from the kids, man. Because if they believe in you, they'll give you everything that they got, and last year proved that. So I'm just looking to build upon that.
Okay, and then we talked about it earlier too. You lost 6 seniors, one of those being Andrew Smith, who led the team with 18.7 points per game last year. What has been your preparation for not only playing without those guys, but having to find these extra guys that are going to replace somebody especially like Andrew Smith, who led your team last year with points? Yep.
So actually, that's a great question, man. So doing a lot more skill development here, doing the workouts, and our offense is more equal opportunity. So I'm expecting a balanced score sheet, because I think he averaged 18 and our next score was maybe 11. I think that was Jeremy Daniels. So, that's a 7-point gap. I'm looking forward to being more balanced, more like, 8, 9, 10, 10, 12. So we're not reliant on one guy scoring or, leading the scoring effort. Because, again, we're in a tough conference, and if I'm not mistaken, I think I lost the most seniors. And a lot of the leading scorers and best teams in the conference returned a lot of guys. So I say that to say, just pretty much harping in on skill development, making them smarter basketball players, and letting everybody know that your opportunity could be called. Next man up. Be prepared.
Okay. And my final question for you is not really a question, but it's an opportunity for you to express yourself to Eagle Nation and to the rest of your supporters. What's the number one thing you want to get out there to those guys and to the fans, and let them know, this is what you can expect from this team moving forward?
So first and foremost, Eagle Nation, thank y'all for the support from last year. I'm looking forward to building upon that. I know it's going to be some different circumstances with being in the gym, but we got some big things planned, so you all can stay tuned, support the Eagles, and then honestly, I just want y'all to continue to do what you've been doing, supporting the guys via social media, word of mouth, doing whatever it takes, because these kids are working hard. You can expect us to overcome a lot of these circumstances that we have due to COVID. And we're looking to actually have a winning season this year. We improved last year by being 11-14, but we're actually looking to have a winning season this year. So stay tuned, and I'm excited to get started. Appreciate y'all.